you're here, we all just get you on air, so it's kind of an accident that he's here. But in the future, he's going to be here a little bit more. He's got a lot of big, I guess, UFC news will be coming out in the future. And he's been on a big tour for the troops, a whole bunch of places. But we're going to be doing some fun stuff together here that you'll be seeing on radio and TV in the near future. Tim Kennedy, one of the top UFC fighters in the world. But I never even announced him as that because I happen to know it's your Army career that's mainly secret from folks I know in Special Forces. That's the real superstar thing. But you guys don't like to brag like the quiet professionals, my friend. So it's good to have you here with us.
God, it's lovely to be back in Austin.
It's awesome to have you, brother.
I love this place.
It's amazing. Well, here you are. Yeah, you live in Austin, but not much. You're a busy guy.
Yeah. Just got back from, where was I? Afghanistan, Kuwait, Kosovo, Romania, Bulgaria, Ireland, just visiting troops. You know, it was weird. For the first time in my life, flying into a combat zone without a gun. We had a security detail. You know, I was traveling with the Joint Chief of Staff. And so they had like a huge, gigantic security detail. I was like, where's my gun? Do I get a gun? No, they're like, no, bro, you're here as a celebrity. Like, you're here as a UFC fighter.
So you felt naked.
Oh, my God.
Now, you got your gun on you today, though?
Always.
Let's see that, baby. What do you usually carry when you're carrying something smaller?
Yeah, always a Glock 43. You know, it's just small, easy, concealable.
Nice.
Slides into anything, anywhere. You know, depends on where I'm going, what I'm doing, will dictate what I'm carrying. You know, sometimes it's under here, sometimes small on my back, sometimes it's on my hip, sometimes it's my waist. I live in Austin. It's super hot here, so shorts, tank tops.
But you need to, because they've told you you're one of the top ISIS targets in the country.
Yeah, they're still trying to kill me. It's really funny. They should get over this. They suck at killing people, unless they're unarmed.
Women or children.
Yeah, women or children or journalists. You know, or you know, women at a New Year's Eve parade in Germany because Merkel just let them in. But I don't know why they just won't let me go. It's because they suck and we're good at our job, and they're all eventually just gonna.
Are you happy to see that public pressure is finally making Obama take out some of the ISIS people?
It's crazy that it has taken public pressure to dictate our president-in-chief to go execute Taliban leaders. How is that? How is it that public opinion? What are we, Rome now, where it takes public opinion for us to go and kill a Taliban terrorist? These guys are the evil of evil. They'll do anything to achieve to wipe out us off the face of the planet, and it takes public opinion for us to go.
Well, that is the good news, though. In the last 4 years, the Pentagon, really for the first time ever, had to restrain Obama from backing ISIS and then Al-Qaeda in Syria. And then it took public opinion and the military saying, let's take these guys out. But the good news is they are starting to collapse in some areas. At least that's the intel I'm getting and what I'm seeing in some of the news. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's really magical that you know, like, hey, we'll pull the troops out of Iraq because, you know, that's what I said I was going to do when I was on the campaign path. So then I do that and I create this monster called ISIS. Now I'm putting troops back into Syria, back into Afghanistan, back into Iraq to do what you said you didn't want to do, is have boots on the ground. But now that we're back, we're going to do what we always do, which is kill them. If you're bad and you're hurting people, you're destroying democracy, we're going to bury you.
Well, all I know is they certainly have tried to open that door into Turkey and into Europe of these people, millions of them. A lot of folks have called this a secret tattoo with these sleeper cells. I know you can't get into classified stuff, but just dead reckoning of millions of these folks have come in, upwards of 5 million in the last 3 years, into Europe, most of them military-age men, and we've seen the attacks already happen. And here's a headline out of Germany: fines for online hate speech that's criticizing radical Islam and open borders, 1,000 euros. I mean, how big could this be? How big could these sleeper cells be?
They're gigantic. They're not could be. They are. There's no question about if in Brussels, in Germany, in the UK, if they exist. We know they exist, and we know that they're already currently planning to do horrific things all throughout Europe. I have friends that work in special operations there, and talking face to face is like, you know, what are you guys doing? They're like, honestly, I don't know if there's anything that we can do now to stop what they've already started. Like, we're so far behind now because of legislation, because of policy, that I don't know if we can rebound and save Europe. These are special operations guys that think that they have already lost their country.
Well, 80% are military-age men. They quote on Facebook that they were already in all these combat zones. They're proud of themselves. And as you know, Interpol admits they've allowed a bunch of them to come in. What do you think Merkel and Hollande are thinking, Tim Kennedy?
They can't be thinking. Either they're so ignorant and complacent that they should be removed from office, or there is a plan in place that they are letting happen, that they are, by this passive aggressive way, standing back and letting these millions of people come into their countries that will eventually destroy all versions of what their countries have ever been. Their culture, their way of life, Germany, gone.
I mean, look. I mean, the dominant form of Islam, I mean, I'm preaching the choir here. It really does keep women as slaves. They're not allowed to drive cars, and now they're trying to set that up here. I want to come back and talk about what do we do, because you're a guy that war games this, and you know a lot of people that also war gaming. What do they think he's coming? You already kind of told us. They think Europe's pretty much already gone, and that's kind of what the Pope came out and said. We'll be back. Tim Kennedy is our guest. We've got Memorial Day coming up, and I want to get back into what's happening in Europe, what's happening here with the jihadists. But first, I want to play a clip that the mainstream media is making fun of, where he was supposed to speak out in Anaheim, California. We had our reporters there covering it, Joe Biggs. And Donald Trump gets up, and the organizers tell him, oh, the media told us they've got to go live now, so we're not going to have the national anthem. And Trump walks over and says, no, we're going to have the national anthem. And the media spun this like he was just pulling on heartstrings, acting like he's a patriot. Folks, this is how he does his events to honor America that's being run on the ground. You're not supposed to even have an American flag in public school now. They're calling it gang paraphernalia. If they can remove the flag, they can remove all other symbols. And sure, America's done some bad things. You can say the flag, you know, is a symbol sometimes of like slavery, but we got rid of it. You know, it was America first and England that pushed for that. So if they can get rid of the flag, they can do anything. But it was more about telling the media, you're not going to run our world. You're not going to tell us what to do. So many events we've put on and other folks have put on, the mainstream media shows up and is arrogant and dictates to everyone what you're supposed to do. And so I thought it was beautiful that he came up and said, no, we're going to do it. But see, what they really didn't want was him associated with a Star-Spangled Banner that they want out of style. They didn't want that patriotic display. They wanted to take that away, sabotage Trump, and he sees through them. And nobody else would do that. But with his media savvy, he's able to do it. So let's go ahead and play a clip of how Donald Trump responded when they tried to not have the Star-Spangled Banner.
Here's what happened. I got here, and they all said, we have a great crowd. We don't have time for the national anthem. I said, yes, we do. We have time for the national anthem, right? And we have a young lady that is going to sing, and I said, what are you doing? She said, well, I was supposed to sing, but they had time because of the television cameras. They couldn't do it. I said, guess what? We're going to do the national anthem, okay? So, Sherry Wilkins, come up. Sherry, come on, Sherry.
And you know, we're going to have her sing it since they don't want this to be heard. Then I'm going to get Tim Kennedy's take. Why are they so afraid of Americana? I mean, it's just, this is what made this country great. Even if we've been hijacked, the elite run the country. Why do they want to get rid of this? Because they're globalists.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what, oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Look at them. They're women that love Trump. I'm telling you, women do like me. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, let's say that on air. Go ahead and make that point. Yeah, Tito Ortiz, yeah. Oh, you're live. Tell folks.
The bald guy right behind him, whose face you can see right now.
Behind Trump's.
Yeah, that's former light heavyweight champion Tito Ortiz. He was one of the longest reigning champions in the UFC. It's crazy that he's there.
You know what's exciting? Because we actually have the raw footage. We're not just showing what we want. It's live feeds every day. And it's like half the people are Hispanic going in.
No, he's racist, though. No, that's not possible.
But I love how they tell Hispanics that are like almost half the country now. It's their country. They can't have red, white, and blue. They can't have private property. They can't have guns. They can't have Americana. They're supposed to be Bernie supporters. I mean, what are they going to do when he has a landslide of Hispanic voters?
He's going to have a landslide of Hispanic voters because he understands what makes this country great. And it is capitalism. It's hard work. And those are people that believe in hard work. You know, like if when I'm looking for to somebody to work with, and I was like, oh, this is a Mexican-American, second generation immigrant. Cannot wait to work with you because that is going to be a hard worker guy.
You know, it is actually a cliche, but it's true that third, fourth generation white people and in certain extent black folks, and of course that's a cliche. A lot of folks are hard workers if they're white. It is true that second generation Hispanics are some of the hardest working folks out there.
Unbelievable. They work so hard every chance they get. So they put me to shame sometimes.
And so they're responding to family and sovereignty and lower taxes.
So people, they're scared. They're scared of this idea that he's bringing back patriotism. You know, this globalism is the thing. It's the thing that they want everybody to love. And when you're proud to be an American, when you're proud to put up the American flag, when you're proud to sing the Star-Spangled Banner, that undermines everything they're trying to achieve. It undermines their authority.
Exactly. To be clear, I didn't edit that. That was the clip from Fox. They edited it down because I guess they didn't want to hear the whole Star-Spangled Banner or whoever edited that at Fox. And the rest of me didn't even want it to be seen. But exactly. And it's not that America's perfect. Sometimes they use our images for bad things. And when I see that happening, I say it. But overall, everybody wanted to come here because we were better. The idea was better. And that's why they're so scared of it. Go ahead, Tim.
The idea still is better. It was, yes, it was better than, you know.
And it is.
It still is. And they don't want people to understand that. They don't want people to look back and remember, okay, this is what a tyrannical government looks like. This is what overtaxation looks like. This is what happens when you lose your freedoms. That's why we had a revolution. So they don't want us to look back. Looking back is being patriotic. It's recognizing what happened, what changed
our roots.
Our roots. And now we are at a point where we have somebody that's saying, no, let's remember who we were. Let's make us great again. And being patriotic is a good thing to do.
Overall, I mean, obviously, a Hillary versus Trump campaign. He is the presumptive nominee now. He's clinched the delegates. Who are you supporting?
I hate Hillary so much, I would vote for anybody but her. You know, she should be in handcuffs. But, you know, between Hillary and Trump, I'm voting for Trump.
Sure. And I mean, obviously, you still work at the Pentagon. You do a lot of secretive stuff. And they pressure troops to not be able to have their own views. But as a citizen, I mean, give us your real take on Trump, because I don't completely trust him either. In some cases, he's been too liberal for me. But the power structure is so scared of him. The Chinese communists, the Saudi Arabian government telling me I can't have him. I mean, they're scared of him because he's his own real guy. Why do you think they're so scared of him? And what are your issues with Trump?
You know, I'm a libertarian constitutionalist, so I believe in freedom. I don't care, you know, if my neighbor's gay with his beautiful husband and wants to smoke heroin so they can raise their goat, that's going to be their kid because that's what they believe it identifies as. Awesome. Live your life. Do it. And let me go shoot my guns, have my barbecue, ride my motorcycle, and enjoy my beer. I'm worried sometimes that Trump, you know, he's a Republican now.
He's a little too authoritarian, I guess.
He is. You know, like I want, like, just get out of my life, government. Let me live.
Well, we know Hillary's authoritarian, but I get you. I get you.
And, you know, it was just a few years ago where, you know, he's helping and supporting people in the Democratic Party. Now I'm saying, okay, obviously Reagan had a change of opinion. And I
agree. I'll tell you this, though. Trump knows now if he doesn't deliver, he will be anathema because he's in a special zeitgeist right now. He's tied into Americana. He better try to deliver or he won't be. I mean, his name will now be the new Benedict Arnold.
Yeah, 100%. This is his chance. And if it goes away, his hotels are gone, his business, his corporation. He put all the chips on the table. He doubled down.
Well, I mean, he's told me, I'm not going to get into it because it's private stuff, but let me just tell you, he's either the best liar in the world or he has known this all along and actually suckered them and has been positioning himself to try to destroy the republic. And the word is, this is real. And I've been told that by Secret Service people. I've been told that by high-level other folks. They say, no, Trump was a listener of yours 5 years ago. Trump knows about this. Jerome Corsi said on air.
Yeah.
He's only 40 years, so we'll see.
God will hope.
Look, they got his phone tapped, and they're scared for real. This isn't fake scared in my view. What do you think?
He will destroy everything they've worked so hard for since Carter.
If he delivers.
If he delivers, it will erode and destroy.
If he delivers, I don't want to say he's the new George Washington because he didn't, fight for 6 years against all the odds, but politically he's the new George Washington.
Yeah, he will overthrow the power struggle and the creation of this state, this global. We're going to hold everybody's hands. We're going to be tolerant, politically correct. Whatever this new version, we're going to tax you. We're going to create toll roads, even though we already taxed you to create them. We're going to have income tax, sales tax. We're
going to screw you over and call it liberal.
Yeah, it's gone. And that scares them to their core.
Absolutely. The truth is, if he just does fair trade deals that aren't one-sided and does things like passes a law so they cut the corporate tax, they bring the money back, that right there is like untying a boat from the dock, where the engine's going, but you won't go. You untie the rope. I mean, it's not that hard to fix the country.
No, we say it's not that hard. If I was in that position, I wouldn't even know where to start.
Well, a lot of economists I talk to, the truth is under globalism, they've got managed economies. They want communism in China, a few other places, managed kind of slavery in India, and then they leverage out all the other. There's a global takeover going on. And you do a few things like cut taxes on poor people and middle class like Kennedy did.